After an off day, the Falmouth Commodores are back in action. Today, the Doors take on the Orleans Firebirds in the regular season series finale between these two teams, with Falmouth clinging to fourth place in the Western Division by just a single point. Good evening, everybody. Carter Bainbridge along with Logan Soforenko here at Eldredge Park in Orleans. Set for the Doors coming off an off day to take on these Firebirds, with Falmouth trying to keep hold of that slim lead in the Western Division. And they send Philip Abner to the mound to get things started in this game, opposing right-hander Bryce Warwicker for Orleans. Logan, what can you tell us about this right-hander?
Well, this kid is absolutely filthy. Didn't have the best school season with the Mustangs out in San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly, but he currently leads the Cape League in qualified pitchers in ERA with a .40 ERA. Strikes out a lot of batters, doesn't give up a lot of base hits, and he does not walk a lot of batters.
So Alex Mooney, the first batter in this game to face Warwicker. Mooney playing short and leading off things for the Doors here in this top of the first inning here at Eldredge Park. And just to that point, Logan, Warwicker so far this summer, 7 games, 3 starts, a 0.4 ERA in 22 innings. So Alex Mooney now steps into the batter's box here in the top of the first inning with things just underway here at Eldredge Park. Warwicker looking in, first pitch of the ball game to Mooney. Breaking ball high and in, and it's 1-0 to the Commodores shortstop. Colby Halter playing third on deck, hitting second. Peyton Stovall, the second baseman, hits third today as Warwicker turns, and the 1-0 pitch is a swing and a softly hit fly ball to right field. It plunks down for a base hit. Over the head of Jones, ranging out from first base into right field. Off the end of the bat for Mooney. It's a single to lead things off here in the top of the first inning.
And it came at the cost of a broken bat, but he'll take a leadoff single, send it down to Colby Halter, who did not play on Sunday. Good to see him back in the lineup after perhaps 2 off days, with the real off day yesterday, with there not being any games on the Cape.
So here's Colby Halter playing third base, hitting second today, with Mooney at first base, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Jacob Walsh playing first and cleaning up today as we head through the rest of the Falmouth lineup. Warwicker's first pitch to Halter hits the outside corner for a strike, a fastball. Jace Borfin back in the lineup playing DH, hitting fifth, his first game since July 7th. Corey Collins playing left, hitting sixth. Drew Bretcher at right, hitting seventh. Daniel Neary, the catcher, hitting eighth, and Travis Chestnut in center, rounding out the Falmouth lineup, hitting ninth. 0-1 pitch to Halter is a swing and a high fly ball to left field, tracing over towards the line, and it's caught for out number 1.
We gotta give credit to Garrett Gilliman, the Texas catcher behind the plate, screaming at Hopfe, who's in left, saying he's got room all the way to the end. Orleans defense looking to get things going here. Hopfe in left, Keishel in center, and Humphreys in right.
So the bat off the ball, ball off the bat of Halter, I should say, looked to be foul at first, but drifted enough over into the field of play for out number 1 here in the top of the first. Peyton Stovall takes strike 1 on the outside corner. It's 0-1 to the Commodores' second baseman, with Alex Mooney over at first base, 1 out here in the first inning at Eldredge Park. Our second and final time here in the regular season. Bryce Warwicker takes a breath and deals. Down low for ball 1, the count 1-1 to Stovall. The defense here for Orleans in the first inning. Outfield left to right, Tommy Hopfe, Luke Keishel, and Isaac Humphrey. Infield after this pitch with the count 1-1 on Stovall. Pitch, swinging a ground ball to second base. Beard to Knight on to first, in time for the double play. 4-6-3 it goes to end the Commodores' half of the first inning. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and no men left. So put that Orleans defense on hold as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Keishel, Urso, and Jones, 1, 2, and 3 for the Firebirds, due up when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, welcome back to Eldredge Park as we head on to the bottom of the first inning between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds. No score yet in this ball game as the Doors got a leadoff base hit in the first, courtesy of Alex Mooney, but then hit into a double play to end the top of the first. For Orleans, the batting lineup looks like this today. Luke Keeschel playing center and leading things off here in the first. We talked about him in the pregame show as a guy to keep your eye on today. J.D. Urso playing third, hitting second. Cam Jones, the third baseman, hitting in the number 3 hole. Isaac Humphrey playing right and cleaning up. Jack Bolger, the DH, hitting 5th. Garrett Gilliman, the catcher, in the number 6 spot. Austin Knight playing shortstop and hitting 7th. Logan Beard, the second baseman, hitting 8th. And Tommy Hopfe, a usual pitcher for Orleans, but a two-way player, playing left field tonight and batting 9th. So here's Luke Keeschel to start things off against left-handed starter Philip Abner for Falmouth, a 2022 Cape League All-Star this season. Coming into tonight, armed with a .56 ERA across his first 5 appearances, including 1 start. So here's Keeschel as Abner turns and deals the first pitch here in the bottom of the first. It's down low for ball 1, and the count 1-0.
Not the typical leadoff man for the Orleans Firebirds, Carter.
And Travis Honeyman hasn't played since the 14th. He was struck by a pitch on the hand and has missed time since, as the second pitch comes in for a strike from Abner, and it's 1-1 on Keeschel. Right-handed batting center fielder, starting things off for Orleans here in the bottom of the first against the lefty Abner, who turns and delivers. Swinging a chopper to left side, Mooney at shortstop, ranging in, makes the pick and throw in time for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. Routine for Mooney to start things here in the Orleans half, and now here's J.D. Urso, the third baseman, another right-handed bat against Abner.
And someone the Doors have not seen this season in the first 3 contests.
Abner's first pitch to him is up high for ball 1. Well, Urso, a recent addition to this roster, only 11 at-bats on the summer coming at it today after coming out of the University of Tampa. Abner's 1-0. This time fires a strike, and it's 1-1. The base is empty here in the bottom of the first inning, 1 away. Orleans batting against Philip Abner. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses the outer half, according to home plate umpire Edward McCaven. And it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Abner. This one high and away, and it's 3-1 on Urso.
Well, Abner doesn't walk too many batters. Comes into today just walking 6. 2-0 record, a sub-1 ERA. It's been filthy. Makes sense he's an all-star for the Doors.
3-1 delivery. Pours in a strike, fastball to make the count 3-2 on Urso. Other umpires, Ronaldo Cockrum over at third base and Mike Rabideau at first base. Again, it's Edward McCaven behind the plate for this game here at Eldredge Park. Payoff pitch from Abner. Swinging a ground bouncing ball foul to the right side. Up against that fence over there that divides all the fans who sit up on that hill here at Eldredge Park and the field of play. There aren't bleacher seats here, so the fans show up with towels put on the ground way ahead of time, and it's a full house here tonight. 3-2 again. Too far outside for ball 4. Urso walks. The first base runner of the game against Philip Abner. A 1-out walk here in the bottom of the first inning, and Cam Jones is the hitter with a man at first and 1 down.
Another two-way guy.
Jones with only 34 at-bats coming into today for Orleans, but at Georgia State he pitches and hits and does both of them very effectively. Righty bat against Abner, swings at the first pitch to second base. Stovall goes to second. Mooney has no play at first. He just holds it on the bag, and there's out number 2 on the fielder's choice. 4-6 it goes.
Well, Stovall ranging over to his left and firing over to his right. Very tough play for Stovall to get the lead runner. Proved how important that was in the Catuit game on Sunday. The Doors got 2 outs here, and they're going to attack Isaac Humphrey.
Isaac Humphrey, the cleanup man for Orleans today. First left-handed batter faced by Abner in this game with 2 down and a man at first base here in the bottom of the first. No score. Abner's first pitch to Humphrey is down low for ball 1. So Humphrey out of Louisville, where he played 61 games this spring, is a .250 hitter entering this evening. Abner's 1-0 pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Nice little pitch there from Abner. Went to the slider. Got in on the lefty batter.
Abner now ready with his hand in the glove, looking over Jones over at first base. He deals the 1-1. Breaking ball again in for a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2. So Abner with fastball, curveball pitcher primarily. Fastball low 90s, sometimes has some cutting action on it. And a curveball in the high 70s. 1-2. In there for strike 3 called. Fastball had Humphrey frozen, and he takes a seat to end the bottom of the first inning. The Firebirds leave a man. They don't score on no hits and no errors. We head on to the top of the second with Walsh, Borfen, and Collins. 4, 5, and 6 for the Doors. Due up next. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park as we head onto the top of the second inning between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds. No score so far as Jacob Walsh, the Falmouth first baseman, steps in against Bryce Warricker for inning number 2. First pitch from the righty is a swing and a pop foul back of the plate, 0-1. So Warricker on for inning number 2. A native of Santa Barbara, California, standing at 6'8". Now ready with the 0-1 to Walsh. Fastball off the outer half to the left-handed hitting Walsh, and it's 1-1. So Warricker, who had that 5.81 ERA in 13 games this spring, has transformed himself into one of the Cape League's better pitchers as the 1-1 comes in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
It's good to see Jacob Walsh get a run-scoring hit the other day at Katuitt. Snaps a pretty big streak of not driving runs in.
1-2. At the knees, strike 3 called. First K of the game for Warricker, and Walsh the victim. Watched a fastball hit the lower half of the zone, but now here's Jace Borfen, DHing and hitting 5th tonight, his first time back in the lineup since July 7th. He had been a guy listed on the bench just about every game, but for whatever reason, was sitting the bench for a bit. Now he's back. Warricker's first delivery to him is a swing and a rope line drive to center field, but right to Keishel, who came into his right and made the catch in shallow left center field for out number 2.
You heard the sound of that one. It got some solid wood on that. Coming in was that center fielder Keishel, but Corey Collins was a guy that got some good wood on his first home run of the season on Sunday at Lowell Park.
That high-scoring game, 9-8 the final. The Doors got that win over the Kettleers heading into the off day. That was a wild game. Only went 8 innings because there was so much hitting. Game took so long it had to be called because Lowell Park doesn't have lights. First delivery to Collins is outside. 1-0 the count. Collins playing left and hitting sixth today. Drew Brutcher, the right fielder, on deck here with the bases empty and 2 down in the top of the second inning. No score as Worker turns and deals to Collins, swinging a tapper foul left side, nubbed over towards the Falmouth dugout. And the count is 1-1.
Back in last week's work week, if you will, Corey Collins picked up his first RBIs. Talked about the solo home run. Also had a big sac fly in Hyannis last week as well in what was eventually a 3-2 victory. 2 runs driven in this year for Collins.
1-1. In for a strike, and it's 1-2. Collins had a little half turn of the head. Didn't like that call, but he's now got to fight back with a 1-2 count. Collins has 1 hit in that game against Gatoo. It was that home run, his first of the year. Entering the day hitting 148. 1-2 pitch. Off the plate as Gilliman started jogging towards the Orleans dugout. Got all the way off the dirt over in the grass here at Eldredge Park. But now has to trot back with the count 2-2. Worker ready with the 2-2 pitch to Collins. Swinging a liner back of the plate foul off the netting. And the count stays 2-2.
That was a good pitch, wasn't it? That looked like the outside part of the strike zone. Gilliman knew it, but Collins had no doubt. He thought it was ball 2.
A lot of times with Worker so far this summer, it has been strike 3. He's been that effective. Now the 2-2 again. Swinging another foul ball back of the plate. Stays 2-2 on Collins. So with 2 down and the bases empty here in the top of the second inning. Still no score between these two, but Corey Collins at the plate trying to scratch out an on-base appearance for the Doors. Worker to this point has given up a hit to Alex Mooney to lead off the game. A little bloop into right field, but that's been it. Worker ready, now deals the 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Worker fans Collins to end the top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no men left. The Doors go down 1-2-3 as we head on to the bottom of the second. Bulger, Gilliman, and Knight, 5, 6, and 7 in the Orleans order due up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we head on to the bottom of the second inning here at Eldredge Park between the Falmouth Commodores and the Orleans Firebirds. No score so far. Philip Abner, the left-hander, on for the Doors in inning number 2, facing Bulger, Gilliman, and Knight. 5, 6, and 7 in the Firebirds order. Jack Bulger, the DH at the plate. First pitch from Abner, breaking ball and a good one, in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Garrett Gilliman on deck, Austin Knight in the hole to start things here in the bottom of the second for the Firebirds. Abner turns and fires the 0-1 in the dirt. Skips off the glove of Nerai, and it's 1-1. The Falmouth defense behind Abner, outfield left to right. Corey Collins, Travis Chestnut, and Drew Brutcher. Infield around the horn. We'll get to it after this pitch. 1-1. Swing and a miss. At Bulger fishing at a breaking ball down low, and it's 1-2. Colby Halter at third base for Falmouth today. Alex Mooney at short, Peyton Stovall at second, and Jacob Walsh at first. Danny Neary, his debut for the Doors, catching behind the plate. The battery made for Abner tonight. 1-2. Breaking ball just off the plate, perhaps a little high for home plate umpire Edward McCaven, and it's 2-2 on Bulger.
I was waiting for Neary to throw the ball around like Gilliman did when he walked over to the dugout.
2-2 offering. Swinging a sharply hit ground ball down the left field line, a base hit. Bulger makes a wide turn at first, and now he heads back. But that ball hugged the line, too far for Halter to go over there and get it.
He ruled out an error on Colby Halter. E5, the second one we've seen in 3 games for Colby Halter. Hasn't made too many errors at third base. Stovall at second. That's Ben Halter's place over there at third.
So Bulger at first base, Garrett Gilliman at the batter. Abner's first pitch to him, a fastball at the knees, and it's a strike. 0-1 the count. So Bulger reaches on the E5 over there at third base. Halter with another error. First of the game for the Doors. 0-1. Swinging a liner off of Abner to shortstop. Mooney gets to Stovall for 1, on to first for 2. The double play. But that ball got a piece of Philip Abner as it was hit back up the middle. He looks to be okay. 2 outs for the Doors. They get a break there. But Abner surely stinging a little bit somewhere on that lower section.
Now, is that a 1-6-4-3 putout? It's a big double play.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. The Doors get 2 outs off of one line drive that looked to be destined for center. And now Austin Knight, the batter, with the bases empty and 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Abner's first offering to him, fastball up high, and it's 1-0. So far, we've seen more low strikes than high ones today.
Yes, absolutely. Especially the high part on the outside part of the strike zone hasn't been getting the call today.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Knight. 1-1 the count. So Austin Knight hitting 7th, playing short today. With the bases empty and 2 down, Abner turns. And the pitch swinging a ground ball to third base. Halter has this one, taps the glove and throws across in time for out number 3. So a leadoff error by the Doors, but nothing doing for the Firebirds. No hits, no runs, and nobody left. We head on to the top of the third here at Eldredge Park in a 0-0 tie. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. Well, we head on to the top of the third inning here at Eldredge Park between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds. Drew Brutcher, Daniel Neary, and Travis Chestnut. The bottom third of the Falmouth order coming up against right-hander Bryce Warriker, who's through 2 scoreless innings so far, has given up only 1 hit and no runs. First pitch to Brutcher is down low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count on the Commodores' right fielder. Worker turns, and the 1-0 is a line drive into center field, chasing Keishel back, and it falls in front of him, a base hit. Brutcher turning, heading for second, the throw too high, and Brutcher into second base. Leadoff double for the Commodores here in the top of the third inning.
Love a good pull gap shot. Found that right center gap. It was cut off by the center fielder Keishel. Had that rolled all the way down to the 359 mark, that could have been trouble. But now, here is Danny Neary, the new guy on the block.
Neary, a recent addition to this Commodores roster, a catcher out of Notre Dame, making his season debut here tonight, hitting 8th with Travis Chestnut on deck. Neary, a lefty bat against the righty Warwicker with Brutcher at second base. Warwicker deals, first pitch fouled back. Gilliman giving it a look, but it's way over the netting, past the press box, and it's 0-1. That's the second hit of the day, the double by Brutcher. The other one was the single by Mooney back in the first inning, but the Doors have a tough nut to crack today against Bryce Warwicker, who, like you said in the pregame, Logan, entered the day as the league leader in ERA among qualified pitchers. 0-1 to Neary. Breaking ball caught the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. So Warwicker in his first 22 innings this year, 1 earned run, and it was in his first appearance back in June 16th against Brewster. 0-2, swinging a ground ball to second base. Brutcher heads to third. Neary's out at first base as Beard throws over. 4-3, the put out goes, but it does advance Brutcher over to third with only 1 away.
He got a nice ovation from the Falmouth dugout because, like you mentioned, he moved him over to third. Now you got some juicy hitters coming up, and Travis Chestnut, who really utilized his strength the other day, had 2 infield singles via bunt fashion.
So here's Travis Chestnut with Brutcher over at third base and 1 away here in the top of the third inning at Eldredge Park. Warwicker turns and fires. Breaking ball missed the corner on the inside part of the plate, and it's 1-0.
Chestnut scored his first run at Eldredge Park. The last contest, that was his first run scored as a Falmouth Commodore.
Warwicker's 1-0. Further inside this time, but a called strike. Chestnut didn't like it, had a little shake of the head, but now he has to regroup. 1-1 the count as Chestnut taps the plate with the back and wheels it around to the rear shoulder. Righty-lefty matchup as Warwicker deals. Swinging a ground ball into center field, a base hit past Knights and shortstop as Chestnut stops at first base. It's 1-0 Commodores here in the top of the third as Drew Brutcher heads home from third base and goes where no Cape League player has in the last 22 innings against Bryce Warwicker, but the scoreless streak no more earned runs-wise as the Doors plate their first of the day.
Shows how important that ground out from Neary was. Moving Brutcher over there at third, and cogs keep rolling as Alex Mooney's in the batter's box.
Chestnut hit it past a drawn-in infield. Austin Knight had no chance at shortstop. He ranged over to his left. Alex Mooney at the plate as the throw goes over to first, and Chestnut is back. So 1 away here in the top of the third inning. The Falmouth Commodores have an early lead in this game against Orleans, up by a run at Eldredge Park in this regular season finale between these two in a 4-game series. As Mooney swings at the next pitch, it's off the glove of Warwicker. Knight picks it up from short, ranging in, and his throw skips off the glove of Jones at first base. Chestnut now heads on to third. Infield single for Alex Mooney, the 4th hit of the day for the Commodores as Chestnut heads to third, and there's runners at now first base and third here in the top of the third.
And Alex Mooney, solid 2 for 2 to start his day off here at Eldredge Park.
So the Doors getting their cracks in early against right-hander Bryce Warwicker. And Colby Halter is the hitter with runners at first and third and only 1 away. Top of the third inning, that's the 3rd hit allowed by Warwicker in this inning alone. Halter, lefty batter, 0 for 1 so far today, flew out of the first. Worker staring him down, now deals. First pitch, swing and a miss. Had a breaking ball low and away, and it's 0-1. Runners at first and third, one away, top of the third, 0-1 the count on Halter at the plate. As right-hander Bryce Worker deals with him for Orleans. Worker's 0-1, swinging a fly ball to center field. Keishel coming in as Chestnut tags from third and heads for the plate. Keishel's throw is off the mark as it bounces off Gilliman, and Mooney makes his way to second base. 2-0 on the sacrifice fly by Colby Halter. And Mooney advancing to second on the errant throw.
Well, you talked about getting good swings in early. The last time the Doors were here at Eldredge Park, in the first 3 innings, they had 4 runs. Quickly right now, 2-0 Doors. They're looking to try and replicate that result as we're in the third inning with just 2 runs, but you'll take it right there. Garrett Gilliman actually used his face mask behind home plate to keep that ball in front of him.
And a good throw on the money from Keishel. Probably would have been awfully close with Chestnut coming home, who has good speed from third, but that fly ball wasn't all that deep. As Peyton Stovall doesn't even get a chance to swing the bat. He's intentionally walked here in the top of the third inning. Here's Jacob Walsh now coming to the plate, the cleanup hitter for Falmouth. Getting his second at bat today, struck out back in the second inning. Mooney at second base, Stovall at first with 2 outs here in the top of the third. The Doors have played at a pair in this inning, and they're not done. Worker, first pitch to Walsh, swinging a line drive over the head of Beard at second base. Mooney coming around third base. He'll score without a play as the throw goes to third. And Stovall gets in safely. 3-0 Commodores here at the top of the third inning on the RBI single from Jacob Walsh.
Well, Sunday they walked Luke Boyers to face Alex Mooney, and Alex Mooney came through. Today they walked Peyton Stovall, and Jacob Walsh comes through. Has to be personal.
Stovall heading to third on that base hit. A line shot just over the head of Logan Beard at second base. Into right center. So Walsh at first, Stovall at third, and Jace Borfin is the hitter. He's 0 for 1 today, but squared up a ball in the second inning in his first at bat when he lined out to center. Limited sample size for Borfin entering the day, as he has missed some time. But Worker's first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to the left-handed hitting DH. Runners at first and third here, top of the third. The Doors in this inning have 3 runs on 4 hits and are threatening with more, with Borfin at the plate, who entered the day 3 for his first 11 on the season. 0 for 1 today as well, as the throw goes over to first and Walsh is back. So Jacob Walsh certainly not a guy who's going to start running on the bases. Peyton Stovall over at third, and rare you see an intentional walk in this league, but...
And back-to-back games for the Commodores.
Stovall the beneficiary of one. 0-1 pitch to Borfin. Fastball off the outside corner. It's 1-1. Corey Collins on deck, struck out his first time up.
Thanks for reminding me.
1-1 on Borfin. Worker taking his time, now leans in and deals. Strike called on the outside corner, 1-2. So Bryce Worker, who had gone all those innings, all those appearances without giving up an earned run, has given up 3 in this frame. 1-2 to Borfin, skips away from Gilliman behind the plate. Here comes Stovall to score, and it's 4-0 Commodores here at the top of the third inning. Walsh to second base on the wild pitch, and everything falling apart for Orleans here in this third inning.
Well, for the second time this 2022 season, the Doors in the first 3 innings at Eldredge Park put up a 4 spot.
Borfin still at the plate, the count 2-2 with 2 down. Walsh now at second base. In a 4-0 game, the Doors lead. Worker's pitch, swinging a ground ball to second base. Beard has it, off balance throw to first, dug out of the dirt by Jones, and that's out number 3 here in the top of the third. But a whole lot of damage done by the Commodores, who get 3 runs on 4 hits, and it's 4-0 as we head on to the bottom of the third. Beard, Hopfe, and Kieshel, 8-9-1 for Orleans, due up when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we're on to the bottom of the third inning here at Eldredge Park between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds, and we hope that you didn't just tune in because you missed a whole lot in the top of the third inning when the Doors plated 3 runs on 4 hits, left a runner at second base off of right-handed starter Bryce Warricker for Orleans, who had his consecutive innings without an earned run streak snapped. Philip Abner dealing with Logan Beard, the Orleans second baseman, who takes a strike 0-1.
There's the low strike zone again. A little bit low right by the knees on Logan Beard.
Beard playing second, hitting 8th tonight. 8-9-1 for Orleans due up as Abner turns and the 0-1. Low strike again called at the knees. Breaking ball this time, and it's 0-2. Beard getting his first at bat today. Entering the night, a 122 hitter on the summer. 5 for his first 41 in an Orleans uniform. Abner on the mound for inning number 3. Goes into his wind. And the 0-2 pitch too high. It's 1-2.
Love to see what that fastball clocked in at. That was a little bit of heat on that one.
One-two pitch. Swinging a foul back of the plate. It's 1-2.
Landed right on top of the gate of the field, so a bunch of kids just looking at it, standing around and saying, we want that ball. It's like 8 or 9 of them, and someone just threw their glove and got the ball down.
1-2 pitch on the way to Beard. Breaking ball, swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Chestnut ranging to his left from center. Went over quickly and then slowed down to make the catch. There's one away here in the bottom of the third. So Tommy Hopfe, now the batter. Left fielder hitting 9th, but certainly an interesting guy to look at. He has done far more pitching this summer for Orleans than he has hitting. Coming into the day 0 for 4 at the plate, but with 18 2/3 innings pitched across 10 appearances. So Hopfe in the number 9 spot, taking his swings against a pitching counterpart in Philip Abner, who fires a strike. 0-1 the count with 1 away here in the bottom of the third. 4-0 is your score. The Doors with a great start in this game. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Stovall to his right, bobbled a bit, but recovered and made the throw onto first in time for out number 2. So Stovall, who had his fingerprints on that third inning when he was intentionally walked, later came around to score. Making a defensive play for out number 2. And here's Luke Kieshel in his second at bat today, playing center. He grounded out to short his first time up back in the first. Abner turns, and the first delivery to Kieshel. breaking ball up high, and it's 1-0.
Keishel wearing 17 today, wearing his non-traditional uniform number. Usually wears number 9 with the Birds this summer.
Crouch stance at the plate, ready for the 1-0 from Abner. Up high again, and it's 2-0.
He really does get crouched. Plants those feet and uses those legs.
And that front foot, the left foot, is a little further out in the batter's box. 2-0 is up high, 3-0 the count. So his front foot behind the rear foot, at least if you're looking from behind home plate.
A lot of weight on that back foot as well.
He's got it right in that rear right corner in the batter's box. 3-0 pitch. Called strike at the knees, 3-1. And Abner's been hitting that spot when he needs a strike.
And it's been called a strike, so it's been pretty consistent through the first 2 2/3.
Defense straight up for Falmouth. 3-1 the count on Keishel. Abner's delivery. A little low this time, and it's ball 4. A 2-out walk for the Orleans center fielder here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And J.D. Urso, the 3rd baseman, is the hitter. Now, tough golf there for Abner, but you can't get them all.
And especially with that one, that pitch did miss just a little bit lower than his previous fastballs that hit that spot. So now you just got to attack J.D. Urso, who was the first batter for the Firebirds that drew ball 4.
Runner at first, 2 down, bottom of the 3rd. Urso at the plate. Abner's delivery in front of the plate, blocked by Nearai, and it's 1-0. Urso walked his first time up, was later out going to second base on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. 1-0 the count on the Orleans 3rd baseman. Abner's delivery, swinging a ground ball, one hopper to first base as Walsh leaps up to get it and immediately plants the foot on the bag for out number 3. So a quick 3rd out for Abner after a 2-out walk. The Firebirds don't score, no hits, no errors, and they leave a man as we head on to the top of the 4th inning. Collins, Brutcher, and Nearai, 6, 7, and 8 in the Falmouth order due up when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we head on to the top of the 4th inning here at Eldredge Park between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds in a 4-0 game. The Doors have the lead after a huge 3rd inning when they plated 4 runs on 4 hits and a pair of Orleans errors. Bryce Worker, right-hander on the mound for inning number 4. With Corey Collins at the plate, Drew Brutcher on deck. First pitch to Collins, fastball, missed the inside corner, and it's 1-0. Brutcher on deck, Nearai in the hole. 6, 7, and 8 for Falmouth to start this inning. Collins lefty bat against the righty Worker, who turns, and the 1-0. Swinging a high drive to right field, but Humphrey has a beat on it, now tracing back, drifting towards the wall to make the catch. And there's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning, but Collins gave it a real ride.
He's really putting the ball into the right center gap. We saw that home run at Katuitt. That ball had some carry on it. Late movement as Humphrey was tracing back. Now here's Drew Brutcher.
And the wind might have given that ball a few extra feet as well that Humphrey didn't see right off the rip. So here's Drew Brutcher with one away, bases empty, top of the fourth inning. Worker's first delivery to Brutcher is down low and away, 1-0 the count. Brutcher today 1 for 1, doubled back in the third inning. To start off that inning, he led it off and was the catalyst for a 4-run inning. 0-1 pitch in for a strike from Worker, and it's 1-1.
Boy, hasn't he been swinging a really hot bat? On Sunday, he had that 4-game streak where he had a run-scoring hit snapped, but still swinging it nicely.
1-1, drifts too far inside for a strike, or ball rather, on the left-handed hitter. Brutcher this month hitting .271 with a pair of home runs. So you see the average at .215 doesn't tell the whole story. 2-1 delivery from Worker. Swing and a miss, had Brutcher fooled and out in front. 2-2 the count. The Doors as a team have been hitting pretty well in the month of July. .238, but with 16 home runs. 2-2 pitch on the way to Brutcher. Too far off the plate this time, outside, and it's 3-2.
Close take there for Brutcher, but now he's got to work with the full count and make Worker pay a little bit.
Danny Neary on deck for Falmouth. Payoff pitch to Brutcher. Swinging a pop foul back of the plate to the left side, and it's 3-2 still. So bases empty here in the top of the fourth inning. The Doors still batting with one away. Brutcher at the plate against right-hander Bryce Worker. He's trying to get through a scoreless frame after the third kind of blew up on him. 4 runs on 4 hits. 3-2 to Brutcher. Swinging a line drive to left field, down the line, and it's caught for out number 2. Brutcher again squaring it up off the bat, but this time no dice. It's the second out here at the top of the fourth.
A couple of loud flyouts from the Doors today. We saw one off the bat of Jace Borfin, and now one the other way off the bat of Drew Brutcher.
So quickly 2 down for Worker, who definitely needed this after the last frame, retiring the first 2 batters in quick succession. Here's Danny Neary, who takes up high, ball 1. Base is empty, top of the fourth inning, 2 down. Neary 0 for 1, this is his debut game for the Doors. And his second at bat, the 1-0 pitch on the way to him, is off the plate, 2-0 the count. Worker ready, and now the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 2-1.
There's that breaking ball on the lower part of the strike zone again. Don't let Worker get comfy like that. The righty going on the lefty batters.
2-1 pitch to Neary. Swinging a liner back of the plate right off the netting, and it's 2-2. Neary played in 26 games this spring for Notre Dame. 17 starts, hit .266 in 64 at bats. 2 home runs, 11 driven in. 2-2 pitch. Tapped back of the plate, foul. And Neary stays alive. The count's still 2-2. So with Jacob Cozart headed back home late in the summer, you try to see some roster cuts around the league. Cozart, one of them for the Doors, longtime catcher this summer. Neary filling his spot as one of the catchers on this team. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. Strike 3 called to Neary, who shakes his head as he heads back to the Doors dugout. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Worker for the second time today. He sits down the Doors in order, 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. As we head on to the bottom of the third here at Eldredge Park, Jones, Humphrey, and Bolger, the heart of the Orleans order, coming back around when we return. Logan Soforenko has play-by-play duties for the next 2.5. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network.
Well, back here at Eldredge Park, along with Trey Redfield and Carter Bainbridge, today's lead play-by-play broadcaster Logan Safaranko taking you through 2.5. Philip Abner on for his 4th inning of work. He's facing Cam Jones, the first baseman, in a 4-0 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning in Orleans, Massachusetts. Abner from the windup, he fires. First pitch strike to Cam Jones. Cam Jones reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. Another two-way stud for the Orleans Firebirds. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Jones looks at ball 1 inside, 1-1. Doors put up a 4 spot back in the 3rd inning. For the 2nd time this year, the Doors have put up 4 through the first 3 at Eldredge Park. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses upstairs and outside, 2-1. Jones coming into today 10 for his first 34. 1 extra base hit, 3 runs driven in. He's walked twice and has struck out 4 times. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Jones looks at ball 3 in the same spot. 3-1 the count.
And just on the subject of Jones, we talked about how good he was both pitching and hitting at Georgia State in his first at bat. We didn't have time to finish the thought. But at GSU this spring, he had a 3.00 ERA in 16 games.
The 3-1. He walked him. 5-pitch walk to Cam Jones.
And he had a lot of good at-bats like that as well in 54 starts. 374 average, a 941 OPS. Walked 15 times and stole 12 bases as well. So now Abner has to keep an eye on Jones over at first base.
So now here is the right fielder, Isaac Humphrey. Philip Abner has walked 3. Struck out 1. First pitch to the right fielder. In the air to shallow left center field. It drops for a base hit. They're at 1st and 2nd with nobody out. It's the first hit off of Philip Abner for the Orleans Firebirds, and it comes from Isaac Humphrey.
Well, Abner's been to this point on brand for how he's played this summer. Bryce Worker on the other side on the mound for Orleans has uncharacteristically struggled today, but Abner's been stingy with the hits. Only gave up 4 in 5 innings his last time out, and lost in the shuffle was the fact that he just threw 3 no-hit innings in this game, but that's over now, and now he has to focus on Jack Bolger at the plate.
He reached on an E5 back in the 2nd. Abner comes set, looks at second base, now back at home. He fires the pitch. It's spiked. It gets away from Neareye, and both runners will advance. Counts now at 1-0, and they're at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Seen a couple of balls smothered back there. That one got away from the new Falmouth Commodore Neareye. Wind's starting to pick up here at Eldredge Park, blowing all around as the flag is located in right center field here at Eldredge Park. 1-0 the count. Abner comes set. Here's the pitch. Chopper to Mooney. A run's going to score. He'll fire over to first, and he retires Bolger. It's a RBI ground out for the DH, as it's now 4-1 Commodores. And Orleans gets their first run against Falmouth here at Eldredge Park a little bit earlier than last time.
And the Firebirds got that pair in the 9th inning during our last trip here, getting a little something going off of Abner, but you'll take the out and give up the run this early in the game.
4-1 the score. Garrett Gilliman, the catcher. Here's the pitch. He'll look at a breaking ball that misses outside. 1-0. Gilliman, a 2-year Orleans Firebird, but he's also a Trojan, but now going to be a Texas Longhorn as he's transferring to Texas. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side. Mooney fires over to first, retires Gilliman. Another run scores. It's now 4-2 Falmouth. Back-to-back RBI groundouts that go 6-3, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Austin Knight with 2 outs now.
Well, even though the lead's been cut in half, you do like that from Abner, rolling 2 ground balls and Mooney gobbling them up for 2 straight outs. Now the base is clear. You can just focus on the next hitter.
First pitch from Knight. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And when they score like that, not necessarily as scary, because should they score on base hits, you don't get any outs. Austin Knight, the shortstop, grounded out to third. Here's the second pitch. It's belted in the air to left center field. Coming in is Collins, and he makes the catch. The Firebirds get 2 runs as we go to the top of the 5th inning. 4-2 the score as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. In the top of the 5th inning, the Orleans Firebirds and the Falmouth Commodores. Falmouth on top 4-2. Birdman Bob, the Orleans mascot, just passed the Falmouth broadcasting table. It's go time now as Travis Chestnut leads things off here in the top of the 5th inning. Travis had an RBI base knock back in the 3rd. New pitcher Cole Reynolds on as he fires the first pitch to Chestnut. He shows bunt and offers 0-1. Well, Cole Reynolds not as low of an ERA as Bryce Worker. 6.89, 8 games, 1 start, 15 2/3 coming into today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 1-1 as it skips in front of Gilliman. 16 hits, he's walked 8 batters and has struck out 15.
This is the first time Falmouth is seeing this left-hander.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Definitely not the first time the Falmouth Commodores are seeing an Orleans left-handed pitcher. Takes us back all the way to the first week of the season with the Orleans doubleheader. Felt like there were just endless left-handed pitchers coming out of that Orleans bullpen.
It was exactly a month ago today.
There you go. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Chestnut grounds one right side. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Chestnut wants 2, and he's got himself a leadoff double. Boy, that thing landed right on the chalk, and that's going to bring up Alex Mooney with nobody out.
Well, Cam Jones over at first base for Orleans was playing Chestnut a little bit more towards the hole between first and second. He wasn't close to the bag, not guarding the line by any means, but I think even if Jones was closer over there, that would have been a hit by Chestnut right down the chalk on the foul line.
Here's the first pitch to Mooney. He shows bunt towards the first base side. Nobody's on the bag, and Mooney's going to beat it out. Travis Chestnut's over there at third, and it's another single for Mooney. It's his second one today. We were told the single that was back in the 3rd inning was ruled an E6. But nevertheless, Colby Halter will come to the plate with 2 on and nobody out.
And that a brainy move by Mooney. Of course, you have to execute that and get it down in the right spot, but he just saw Cole Reynolds and Cam Jones field their positions, and neither one could get over to first base in time.
So now here's Halter. The lefty comes set, faces the lefty hitter. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1, 0-1. Halter, sac fly back in the third, fly out to left in the first. 3:04 coming into today. A little pickoff move back over to first base. They check on Mooney. Leadoff double for Travis Chestnut. A bunt single, thing of beauty by Alex Mooney. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Mooney takes off. They throw over to first. Now to second. Mooney is safe. Here comes Chestnut to the plate. He scores. It's now 5-2 Falmouth. And Alex Mooney's over there at second. Nobody out still. 0-1 the count on Colby Halter as the pitch wasn't even delivered from Cole Reynolds.
Well, not a banner inning for this Orleans defense that came in today pretty middle of the pack. They don't make a ton of errors. They haven't made one in this inning, but not good communication on the defensive end.
0-1, here's the pitch. It misses upstairs, 1-1.
Perhaps fairer to say that Falmouth just caught him napping on that design steal. Mooney taking off for second, and it went exactly the way they wanted to. The throw went down to second, and as soon as Chestnut saw that, that's when he came home and advanced basically to score.
1-1 the count. Halter trying to score Mooney. Here's the pitch. He grounds one, right side. Right to Jones. Race to the bag is won by Jones. 1 gone here in the top of the 5th as Alex Mooney advances and is now 90 feet away from the 6th run of the Falmouth Commodores offense today.
And when you're Cole Reynolds and have a 6.89 ERA and just gave up 4 earned in your last outing in an inning and 2/3, this is just how things go. Double, bunt single, stolen base, guy runs home on the play. Tough stuff here for the Firebirds, who have been struggling as of late.
So now here's Peyton Stovall. First pitch he sees is in there for strike 1, 0-1. Well, Peyton Stovall was intentionally walked back in the 3rd inning, but also grounded into a inning-ending double play back in the 1st. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Stovall grounds one right back off of the glove of the pitcher Reynolds. They fire over to first, and they get Stovall as Mooney comes in to score. It's now 6-2 Falmouth. And via the ricochet, it goes down as a 1-6-3 putout. Went off of the glove.
That play very nearly made. You know, a little bit luckier for Reynolds, and that ball ends up in his glove. But once he touched it with that lip, it was a slow roller to Knight at shortstop, who had no play at home plate.
First pitch to Jacob Walsh. Catches the zone, 0-1. Jacob Walsh, run-scoring single after they intentionally walked Peyton Stovall. 6-2 the score in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Misses low, 1-1. But Walsh also struck out looking back in the 2nd to lead that inning off. Sun is setting here at Eldredge Park. The lights are turning on. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It misses outside, 2-1. Last time we were here at Eldredge Park, there wasn't a cloud in sight. Beautiful night for baseball. Got some clouds. Sun setting behind the school. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled right by us. 2-2 behind home plate. So Cole Reynolds looking for his first strikeout coming out of the bullpen. He wants to get out of this inning. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Walsh goes down swinging. He fouls it into the catcher's mitt of Garrett Gilliman. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Eldredge Park, Falmouth Commodores lead the Orleans Firebirds by a score of 6-2, along with Carter Bainbridge, today's lead play-by-play broadcaster, Logan Sanforenko, taking you through 1.5 bottom 5 in all of the 6th inning. Philip Abner on to work for the 5th. First pitch to Logan Beard is a strike, as he did not check his swing. 0-1. Well, Philip Abner has just given up one base hit today. That came off the bat of Isaac Humphrey, the right fielder. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Beard looks at ball one outside. Well, the Falmouth Commodores are watching that Bourne Braves Wareham Gateman score. Bourne currently leads Wareham 5-2 in the top of the 5th at Doran Park. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses way outside, 2-1. They're also going to be checking out that Hyannis-Catuit game, because that's a first place duel right there. Catuit trailing Hyannis by a score of 5-3 in the bottom of the 4th at McKeon Park. So they'll get all 9 innings because they have the lights. Here's the 2-1. 3-1 quickly on Logan Beard as that one got away from Neareye.
Well, if you're the Doors, you like the Bourne score. Ideally, you want to catch the Braves, but if you had to pick one or the other, you want Wareham to keep losing so that you can pad that 4th place spot with more points.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Beard fouls this one over the long berm and out of play, and fan could make the catch. Count's now full. Well, the way Eldredge Park is laid out, basically all the fans are on the right side of the ballpark, behind the first base side. 3-2 the count, bottom of the 5th inning, nobody out. Here's the payoff pitch. Another foul ball. We'll do the payoff pitch again. And you talk about the third base side, that's where we are set up. Still got a little bit of a hill, not as much up there, but you probably get about 1,300 people a night on the right side of the ballpark.
It's thinner in width, certainly, compared to the right side.
Another payoff pitch. Breaking ball is hit in the air to right center field. Chestnut yields to Brutcher. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch. One gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Good job there by Abner to come all the way back and retire Logan Beard.
Yeah, Abner's control tonight has not been his best. He's actually already set a season high in walks with 3. One of the walks in the 4th inning ended up scoring, so working back from a 3-ball count is something that he has to do more of as he goes deeper into this game. Only 1 hit allowed, so you know the stuff is there.
First pitch to Tommy Hopfe is in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. All-star Philip Abner, who will be at Spillane Field this Saturday in Wareham for the All-Star game, the first time they've done it in 3 years. Here's the 0-1. Foul tipped off of Neareye, 0-2. Of course, last year the Cape League didn't have it, and there was no 2020 season due to COVID, and 2019 was the last time they had the All-Star game. Wareham having such a tricky situation over there because their lights have been acting up at Spillane Field, so we'll see if that gets corrected. Take a little break for Neareye as it was fouled, looked like off of his forearm, but he's all good behind the plate. 0-2 the count on Hopfe, who's 0 for 1 on the day. 0-2 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch from Abner. Breaking ball is chopped to Stovall at second. Stovall gathers and fires over to first and retires Hopfe. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to bring up the leadoff man, Luke Keishel. And Carter, this is not Orleans' typical leadoff man.
No, it's not, and this isn't their typical lineup either. It's changed quite a bit since the last couple times the Doors have played them. No more Kevin Sim. He's no longer with the team after hitting some home runs and getting up in the leaderboards on the team. Nate Furman was just drafted, so they don't have him anymore. And Travis Honeyman, usual leadoff man, is hurt.
First pitch to Keishel from Abner is a breaking ball. It's in there for strike 1, very low, as the count's 0-1 in favor of Abner. Second time Philip Abner could go 5 full innings, this time starting a game. Last time it was out of the bullpen at Gov Fuller Field. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 1-1 as it misses low.
Yeah, that relief outing, Abner's last time out, was pretty spectacular. Only gave up an unearned run, 4 hits, no walks, 6 Ks over the final 5 innings of that game. Probably got himself into the All-Star game on that alone.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Little skipper. And that's what I've been saying. I've been saying solely because of that relief outing, that was the realistic decision maker that said, hey, we got to get this guy in the All-Star game in Wareham.
5 scoreless. That'll help the ERA, at least earn runs-wise.
2-1 the count on Keishel. Here's the pitch. 3-1. So now Abner is going to try and come all the way back. He's at risk of walking his 4th batter. And Keishel for the 2nd time. Abner coming from the windup. 3-1 the count, and here's the pitch. Keishel looks at a breaking ball, and it one hops near his glove. It's a 2-out walk for the Orleans leadoff man.
And these have been tough walks that Keishel has drawn off of Abner. Of course, we've talked about how Abner doesn't have his great command here today, but Keishel's also a very tough guy to give a free pass to. For all he does coming into tonight, he'd only drawn 8 walks in his first 32 games. That's 120 at-bats. Not a guy who walks a lot. He's a free swinger, but Abner hasn't been close enough to him.
Abner comes set and fires the first pitch to Urso as it's fouled right behind home plate and towards the Falmouth on-deck circle. 0-1 the count, and right on the other side of where that ball hit the fence, our Trey Redfield was waiting to field that ball. But J.D. Urso 0 for 1 on the day, a ground out and a walk. 0-1 the count. Abner checks on first, now looks at home plate and fires the pitch. It misses low and inside, 1-1. We don't have a good vantage point of, quite frankly, anything down the left field line here at Eldredge Park. That's where the Orleans, or I beg your pardon, the Falmouth bullpen is. No action down there, at least that we can see. 1-1 the count. Abner checks on Keishel and fires the pitch. It's another foul ball towards the Falmouth on-deck circle. 1-2 the count now. Falmouth will have Jace Borfin, Corey Collins, and Drew Brutcher due up in the top of the 6th inning. As the Cars drive behind the third base side at Eldredge Park, Abner comes set. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Urso grounds one right side. Stovall giving some chase. He dives, fires over to first, and he got J.D. Urso. Boy, Peyton Stovall, never a doubt over there at second base as we go to the top of the 6th inning. 6-2 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. We are here in the top of the 6th inning where the Falmouth Commodores will have Jace Borfin and Corey Collins and Drew Brutcher due up. Reynolds on for his 2nd inning of work. Here's the first pitch to Borfin. He grounds one, little slow roller. Cut off on the backhand by Reynolds. He flips over to first, and Borfin is retired. 1 gone as Corey Collins will step into the batter's box. Nice little backhand there from Reynolds.
And taking matters into his own hands after the Doors plated a couple runs in the 5th that were not really his fault. Leadoff double to Travis Chestnut down the right field line, and then the drag bunt single on the right side by Mooney. Some stolen base trickery, and all of a sudden the Doors had a pair.
Reynolds from the windup fires to Collins. He looks at a breaking ball that misses outside, 1-0, I should say. Corey Collins 0 for 2 on the day, but demonstrating some big right center field power. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Collins looks at ball 2 outside, 2-0.
The Doors have seen some of their struggling players start hitting the ball better in the month of July. Collins has averaged this month only 160, but he's drawn 11 walks. The only player on the Doors with double digits this month in that category.
Here's the 2-0. It's ripped into center field for a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Corey Collins. But to your point about the walks, as there's one on with nobody out, or I should say 1 out, he's been seeing the ball a lot better in the plate, working counts, whether it be in walks. It was good to see him finally get a home run on Sunday because he was working that count as well.
Well, the more pitches you see, the more patient you are, the more pitchers have to throw you strikes. And lately he's been hitting them pretty hard. You figure the average is going to follow up sometime soon.
As the first pitch to Drew Brutcher misses just a little low, 1-0 the count. Brutcher had a double to right center field back in the 3rd inning as Collins takes his lead over there at first. Reynolds comes set and fires the pitch. Brutcher rips this one down the left field line and foul. 1-1 in the count. Another guy that's been swinging the bat very well and working some counts is this guy in the batter's box, Drew Brutcher. Big 6'6" frame. I'm telling you, it's because he lowered the pants. He's been swinging the bat fantastically since doing that. First pitch he saw, he hit a home run since the pants went low. As the 1-1 pitch catches some strike zone, 1-2 the count.
A lot of called strikes today in and around the strike zone. I think these hitters are still getting used to it.
1-2 the count. Reynolds comes set. Doesn't even check on Collins. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Here is Knight. He flips over to Beard, and Beard can't handle it. As Brutcher reaches, Collins is safe, and they're at first and second with 1 out. We'll see if they rule the error on. It should be an E6 on Austin Knight. The defense not too sharp tonight for Orleans. 3 errors, according to the Orleans scoreboard. Of course, I say according to because one of Alex Mooney's singles was ruled an E6.
We were so sure in our scoring that we didn't even bother to look. All of a sudden, there were just errors on the board.
So now here is Danny Nerai as he looks at strike number 1. We talked about him making his Falmouth debut today. Nothing in 1 the count on him. The Doors trying to get some more runs as they have the identical score as their last contest at Eldredge Park. Here's the pitch, high drive towards the right field line, twisting towards the berm, giving chase is Humphrey, and he lets it drop. 0-2 the count. That wind is starting to pick up as you can listen and hear on our crowd mic, our headsets, but it is a picture-perfect night here at Eldredge Park, though.
Blowing in from right, where that ball by Nerai was just hit, over by all those people sitting right along that edge of the berm at the end of the hill.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, 0-2 again. And if there was a fence there, they're right there. They're representing the fence. You see the kids, if there's a ground ball that side, see 4 or 5 of them run on the field of play and try and retrieve the foul balls. 3 pitches in this at bat. Here's the 4th one. Misses outside, 1-2, and upstairs, according to home plate umpire Edward McCavin.
They got a great chance for souvenirs over there, but you do have to be alert. So you know what you're signing up for if you want to pull up a lawn chair here at Eldredge and sit in that spot down that line.
1-2 the count. Nerai grounds one right side. Foul again, and there it goes. Right to that spot, but didn't have quite enough on it as it died about halfway from Ryan Eiley and the fans. Ryan Eiley, the Falmouth Commodores first base coach. A lot of foul balls here from Danny Nerai. Reynolds comes set. Here's the pitch. Broken back, ground ball right side. Beard fires over to Jones, and he gets them in time by about a couple of feet. 2 gone here in the top of the 6th inning as both runners advance 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs.
And on a shaky night for Orleans' defense, that was a closer play than it had to be. Pretty routine ground ball to Beard, who just tapped his glove and thought about it a little bit too long. Still made the throw in time, but Neareye made the safe sign as he crossed the bag, and I thought at first like he might have a pretty good argument.
So now here's Travis Chestnut with 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Gilliman. 0-1. Chestnut does have a run-scoring single back in the third, but it's also 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. Talked about Peyton Stovall coming a triple shy of hitting for the cycle the other night against Wareham. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. He pulls it back. 1-1 the count.
Chestnut gives you some of that versatility in the number 9 spot. It's where he bats when he starts. Single and a double today, but you notice he scored both times because they have faith in him to execute those plays like the Mooney steal in the 5th inning. Chestnut came home as the throw went to second. A little trickery from the Falmouth dugout.
Here's the 1-1. Chestnut looks at strike 2 inside, 1-2.
Now, good things happen when you have good speed. That's certainly the case for Chestnut when he gets on base.
Of course, I think the guy that we're first thinking of that comes to mind is Hyannis' Riku Nishida. He had that speed and the bunt ability. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Chestnut grounds one left side. Knight fires over to first, and Travis Chestnut is retired. No run score as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-2 the score as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Eldredge Park, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield, Logan Safarenko with you. Philip Abner's day is done. 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. He yields to Braden Matthews, the righty from Walters Community College. First pitch to Cam Jones. He shows bunt, pops it up. 0-1 the count as it drops. But Braden Matthews 1-0 on the season. He last pitched in that Bourne Braves game where he was actually on the mound, but that foul ball happened that realistically was pretty close to being a fair ball Bourne wanted that to be a base hit, but it was not. Matthews got the win. Joey Ryan got the save. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Jones. He grounds one left side. Fair ball down the third base line. Jones rounding first. He's thinking for two. Collins' throw to second is not in time. It's a leadoff double for Cam Jones. And that's going to bring up Isaac Humphrey.
All this Orleans lineup could muster off of Philip Abner was one measly single back in the fourth inning. No extra base hits, not a lot of hard contact. Abner did walk 4 in the game, but he just wasn't giving up base hits. Now Matthews, one batter in, has a double to deal with. With the Doors leading by 4, they can afford to give this run up, but Matthews certainly has to get himself settled down. This only his second appearance of the summer.
Leadoff doubles, just as bad as leadoff walks. So now here is Humphrey. Matthews comes set and fires and misses low. 1-0 the count. Humphrey, you mentioned how the Orleans Firebirds could only muscle one hit off of Abner. This was the gentleman to do just that. Had a single back in the fourth inning. 6-2 the score. Falmouth on top. Here's the pitch from Matthews. Ground ball to the right side. Stovall coming in. He fires on 1 foot and gets Humphrey. Runner advances over to third base, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 6th. So now we're approaching the part of the lineup for Orleans in which they had back-to-back RBI groundouts via the 6-3 way. Bolger was the first one. Gilliman was the second one. Back-to-back at bats. So runner at third. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Matthews comes set, fires the first pitch. It's a breaking ball. It misses low. 1-0. Falmouth 6 runs on 8 hits. Orleans 2 runs on 2 hits. On deck is Gilliman, the catcher. Sun beginning to set even more here at Eldredge Park. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for strike 1, 1-1. Talked about how Braden Matthews did not have a 2022 season, did not pitch, but is getting some work here on Cape Cod. 1-0 on the season. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Late strike call by the home plate umpire, Edward McCavin.
And the return of the low strike. Matthews can hit that spot. These hitters have not been able to do anything with that pitch today. Has been consistent for both sides. Abner used it to great effect earlier in this game facing these Firebirds.
Big pitch here from Matthews. Trying to get this thing with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. In the air to center field. Chestnut ranging to his left. He can't get it. It's over his head. Run coming in to score. It's the second double for the Orleans Firebirds. It's now 6-3. And Eldredge loves it.
And this is not an outstanding start for Matthews in his Commodores career. He couldn't get through a full inning in his first appearance. And now in his second, 2 doubles with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Although he does have the bottom part of the Orleans order coming up.
Gilliman, who comes into today hitting .234 with 2 home runs. Here's the first pitch he sees. Breaking ball misses upstairs. 1-0. He's driven in 10. He's struck out 9 times and has walked twice. But Gilliman has a lot of power. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. The throw from Nerai gets into left field, down the left field line. And it's now 6-4. Orleans trails by 2 now. But 1-1 the count with Gilliman in the batter's box. Austin Knight waits on deck as well. Sloppy game both sides.
And for Nerai, his first error on the summer in his debut game behind the plate. Trying to throw out a runner at third, just airmailed it over into left.
1-1 the count. Matthews from the windup fires, and it's spoiled foul heading for the street behind Eldredge Park, 1-2. You have to hold your breath when foul balls head for that street, because if you're on the car, initial reaction is to brake. The ball bounces in front of you. Matthews again from the windup, 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. 2-2, misses outside now. Base is empty, but this feels like a pretty big inning for Orleans because they just have one out.
Especially with the power arms in the bullpen, the Doors still have left.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Gilliman rips one down the left field line. A fair ball. Base hit as Gilliman rounds first, and he'll hang over there. It's the third hit of the inning for the Orleans Firebirds. And now here's Austin Knight, who suddenly would represent the tying run for Orleans.
How quickly things change. You know, Philip Abner had to be licking his chops coming into today's game, facing the lowest scoring team on the Cape. The Firebirds coming into the evening, the only team left that had yet to score 100 runs on the season, but they're now erupting against Braden Matthews.
So now here is Austin Knight as Matthews checks on Gilliman over at first base. Austin Knight, who is at short today, can do some big damage here. Talked about the dimensions of the ballpark, 300 down that left field line, 434 at dead center field. As Gilliman takes his batting gloves and actually fires them back towards the Orleans dugout, says, I don't want these. But 434 dead center, 314 down the right field line. Pretty lengthy delay as you hear some home run chants from the Eldredge faithful. Plenty of baseball left. Matthews comes set and fires. Strike one to Austin Knight. Well, Austin Knight 0 for 2 on the day, 156. He's walked 7 times, looking for his first RBI of the season. Matthews checks on Gilliman, and he's back in there safely. But Knight has also struck out 20 times. Has not stolen a base as well. They're playing a lot short recently for Orleans. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Knight looks at ball one outside. As Neareye kind of slides to his right to keep it in front of him. 1-1 the count.
And the first pitch of this at bat was a fastball that had a little extra oomph on it tonight, and that's got to be working for Matthews because that 0-1 breaking ball wasn't bitten at by Knight. The ones he's thrown in this inning haven't been.
1-1 gets in there for strike two. 1-2 the count. And that's something that I said about 3 batters ago for Braden Matthews. Feels like a big pitch. Trying to get that second out. A little bit of movement down in that Falmouth bullpen. It's Garrett warming up. Matthews checks on Gilliman once or twice, now comes set, checks on him again. About 3 times, make that 4 as he fires to home plate. Swing and a miss. He got Austin Knight chasing, and there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First strikeout for Braden Matthews on the day out of the bullpen. So it's up to Logan Beard to keep the train rolling for Orleans.
And the first strikeout on the summer for Matthews in a big spot, trying to slow things down here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
6-4 the score. Falmouth still leading by just 2 now. Here's the first pitch to Logan Beard. It's in there for strike 1, 0-1. Beard has been retired on a pair of flyouts today. Fly out to center in the 3rd, fly out to right in the 5th. Falmouth will have the top of the order due up in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, Beard. Swings and misses at that one, 0-2 now. The Doors trying to limit this damage by a couple of sloppy plays. That's how Orleans got back into this thing. 0-2 the count, 2 outs as time is granted by home plate umpire Edward McCavin. Orleans had a lot of 2021 Firebirds drafted this past weekend. But right here, the guys at Eldredge try to keep this thing going. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It's in there for strike 3. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Doors leading, I should say, by just 2 now. As you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network, Carter Bainbridge will take you the rest of the way.
Well, welcome back to Eldredge Park, where the Falmouth Commodores lead the Orleans Firebirds by a score of 6-4. Carter Bainbridge along with Logan Soferenko and our field reporter Trey Redfield on the Falmouth Commodores YouTube channel as we head into the final third of this game. Alex Mooney at the plate to lead things off against left-hander Cole Reynolds. On for inning number 3 of relief, who turns, and the first pitch to Mooney is down low for ball 1. They count 1-0 on the Falmouth shortstop. Mooney today 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Reynolds is at 1-0. On the inside corner, fastball at the knees. Strike 1 on Mooney, count 1-1. Colby Halter on deck. Peyton Stovall in the hole. 1, 2, and 3 for the Doors, due up in this inning. Reynolds is 1-1. Further inside, Mooney had to back up out of the way, and it's 2-1. The Commodores on this night in their road black uniforms, maroon numbers with white trim, black helmets, gray pants with the single black stripe down the side of the leg, maroon socks. 2-1 pitch skied foul to the right side, and it's 2-2. On the other side, Orleans in their home white vest jerseys with red sleeves, white hats with red bills, and red uniform numbers with Firebirds on the front in red. 2-2 to Mooney. In the dirt, 3-2. The count goes on the Falmouth shortstop.
Well, I know that he's 2 for 3 technically, but he's been very aggressive and putting the ball in play nicely. In my mind, he's 3 for 3.
Reynolds kicks, and the payoff pitch. Swinging a tapper left side down the line, foul ball. Urso came charging in from third base and fielded it just in foul ground next to the third base bag. But nothing doing there for Mooney, who now has to jog back and take another swing. The Doors so far in this game, 6 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. On the other side, the Firebirds, 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. We saw the Birds plate a pair in the 6th inning off of right-hander Braden Matthews. Now the Doors are back up to bat, the 3-2. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Mooney had already tossed his bat away. About to head to first for a walk, but he takes back to the dugout without much issue. 1 away here at the top of the 7th inning.
Well, the first time they finally retired Alex Mooney. That low part of the strike zone, and that went a little tight. Haven't seen it called on the inside part of the strike zone, typically the outside part for strike 3 or a called strike.
Inside corner about thigh high and framed pretty well by Gilliman behind the plate for Orleans. Colby Halter at the plate. First pitch to him is off the outside corner, 1-0 with 1 out and the base is empty. Here on the top of the 7th inning, Peyton Stovall on deck for the Doors with Falmouth up 6-4. Reynolds is 1-0. Lower this time still, and it's 2-0. Well, the one place we haven't seen a lot of strike calls today has been the outside part of the plate to right and left-handed batters. A lot on the inside corner, a lot of low strikes. That's been the zone today for home plate umpire Edward McCaven. 2-0 pitch. High this time, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, especially high. Haven't seen that called at all. But you got to give credit. There's been a lot of consistency with the strike zone, and we haven't seen that realistically at all this summer. Good strike zone. It's low, but it's consistent.
3-0 pitch to Halter. Down low, not close, and Halter draws a walk, his 16th of the summer. First time on base today, and the Doors have a one-out walk here in the top of the 7th inning for Peyton Stovall, the second baseman hitting third, who now steps up to the plate 0 for 2 today. He was already intentionally walked back in the 3rd inning, but later came around to score, so a walk and a run to Peyton's credit today. Halter at first base, he can definitely run. 10 for 16 on steals this summer. Short lead and the throw over. Nearly got away from Jones, who had to lunge over to his right and take a hop step over Halter, who was diving back.
It wouldn't have even surprised me if that had gone towards the berm and away from the first baseman, Jones.
Stovall lefty bag. It's the left-hander Reynolds, who throws over again, but this time no drama. Halter's back. But this is a very left-handed heavy lineup for the Doors today. The 2 through 9 batters are all left-handed hitters. Only Alex Mooney in the leadoff spot is a true right-hander. Reynolds' first pitch to Stovall comes way inside. Doesn't hit him. It's 1-0. But 5 straight have now missed the zone for left-hander Cole Reynolds. This is 3rd inning of work. Came on in the 5th. Has allowed an earned run so far and 3 hits. The walk in this inning, his first free pass given today. 1-0 pitch to Stovall. Fastball a little high on the inside corner, and it's 2-0.
Well, that's something that Stovall doesn't do, and that's strike out. So right now, Reynolds has 6 straight balls. This is not a guy where you want to risk throwing a really bad strike.
2-0 pitch. Higher still this time. It's 3-0 as Gilliman lowers the hands at about waist level, telling him to get the ball down. 3-0 for the second consecutive batter, this time on Stovall, who's one good take away from walking for the second time today. Stovall twirling the bat around in the hands. Now the 3-0. High and inside. Ball 4. Stovall walks, the second straight free pass given out by Cole Reynolds. Halter now at second, Stovall at first with 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. The Doors up 6-4 and threatening as Gilliman takes to the mound to talk things over with Reynolds. Gives him a pat on the back and now retreats back behind the plate with Jacob Walsh waiting around right outside the left-handed batter's box. Walsh takes a big exhale on half a practice swing. In a 2-run game, the Falmouth cleanup hitter and first baseman now at the plate in the form of Jacob Walsh. Reynolds looking back, Halter at second, now deals. Swinging a foul right back, 0-1 the count on Walsh.
Well, prior to that Colby Halter walk, the Doors had not walked at all this game. And there's that streak that gets snapped as Walsh is now behind in the count, 0-1. There's a strike for Reynolds.
Halter at second, Stovall at first, and the 0-1 called strike, and it's 0-2.
Well, it's consistent, but not good when 6'4" Jacob Walsh is in the batter's box.
Walsh 1 for 3 today, singled in the 3rd and struck out his other 2 plate appearances. 0-2 pitch on the way from Reynolds. Skipped in front of the plate. Good glove by Gilliman to get it out there and prevent it from skipping away. The count 1-2 on Walsh.
And he picked that thing like a first baseman. Didn't slide, didn't drop down to the roll. He picked that thing if he was coming to a stretch on first base and save an error from his shortstop.
So now Gilliman putting the mask back on, adjusting the pants, getting himself ready for this 1-2 offering. Jace Borfin on deck for the Doors. He's today 0 for 3. Reynolds ready with the 1-2 pitch. He deals. Swing and a miss. Took something off and had Walsh out in front for out number 2. 3rd strikeout of the day for Walsh. And Borfin now the batter with runners at first and second and 2 away.
That was filthy. Now Collins waits on deck as well, swinging a very, very fine bat, and he's been doing a great job in that right center field gap. I want to see this inning get to him and see what he does.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Borfin at the plate, swings at the first offering. It's a number off the fist to third base as Urso boots it, can't pick it up, and the bases are loaded. Surely an E5 on that play for Urso as Borfin gets to first base. Halter to third, Stovall to second, and the inning will continue, Logan, with Corey Collins box.
I want to see what he does here. We've been hearing a couple of hecklers, and they are Orleans fans, but saying, go Firebirds. They need him here. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
First pitch to Collins, swing and a miss, a mighty hack by the Falmouth left fielder, hitting in the number 6 spot today. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the 6th. Bases loaded here at the top of the 7th inning. Halter at third, Stovall at second, Borfin at first after a pair of walks and an error on J.D. Urso. 0-1 pitch is a swing and a tapper right back to the mound. Reynolds picks it up and flips it over to first himself to end the threat. The Doors don't score, no hits, 1 error, and they leave 3 as we head on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hopfe, Keischel, and Urso, 9, 1, and 2 in the Firebirds order coming up when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. We head on to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Eldredge Park. The Falmouth Commodores lead the Orleans Firebirds 6-4 as we head into the late stages of this game. Right-hander Braden Matthews on for inning number 2 for Falmouth. Hoping things go a little bit more smoothly here in the 7th than they did in the 6th when Matthews gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, not helped by an error on Danny Nerai behind the plate. But Orleans cut the lead in half during Matthews' last inning. First batter to face him, Tommy Hopfe, takes a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1 the count. Switch hitting Hopfe batting left-handed against the righty Matthews here to lead things off in the 7th. 9-1 and 2 due up for Orleans. Hopfe, Keischel, and Urso. 0-1 pitch, swinging a rocket foul right side over the netting into that crowd on the berm. And there's such a sea of people over there that we can't even see where that ball went. Looks like into the parking lot.
All we can see is people chasing it. The typical response to a foul ball hit into the stands.
0-2 quickly on Hopfe. Matthews working fairly quickly, turns and deals. Swinging a ground ball to shortstop. Mooney had to wait for a hop, has it quickly and throws over to first in time for out number 1. A little tough hop there for Mooney, but he stayed with it.
Yeah, and the 4th 6-3 ground out today for the Orleans offense, but you couldn't have said any better. Waited for the hop. He's got the arm strength to do just that and retire the batter, in that case, Tommy Hopfe.
If we were playing over on that gray dirt at Spillane, that ball might have bounced all the way over the fence on a hop.
Absolutely.
1 out, base is empty here in the 7th as Matthews fires the first pitch to Keischel. It's outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Going back to the way that field is, Anthony McKenzie vocalized that at Fenway Park. He said, it doesn't even compare. It's so nice. The dirt is smooth.
1-0 to Keishel. Fastball at the knees. Called strike. It's 1-1. Well, that, of course, not to knock Spillane. These are high school fields around the Cape.
Absolutely.
We just caught it on a pretty bad day.
And also, Fenway Park is a little different than Cape League fields.
1-1 on the way to Keishel. Breaking ball had him swinging over the top. It's 1-2. Matthews took something off that offering. And now a 2-strike count on Keishel, who's 0 for 1 today with 2 walks. But as we said, this Orleans offense does not score a lot. They don't walk a lot. They're last in the Cape League in that category. And they also don't steal a lot of bases. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball outside it. It's 2-2. So you understand now, as you watch the Firebirds, who rank 3rd in the league in pitching, that their offense has been a detriment this season more often than not. 2-2 to Keishel. Breaking ball too far inside. Keishel practically spun out of the way of that pitch. It's 3-2. But contrary to that trend, Firebirds have taken a fair share of walks today. 4 off of Philip Abner, who started this game for Falmouth. Payoff pitch to Keishel. Swinging a ground ball left side. Halter has it at third base behind the bag. High throw, pulls Walsh off the bag, and Keishel safe. Well, you saw that one coming right as the ball left Colby Halter's hand. It's another E5, the second error of the game on Halter. And Keishel stands at first base here in the 7th with only 1 away.
Give credit to Jacob Walsh for keeping that in front of him. That could easily been 2 bags right there if that got away from the big first baseman.
Now J.D. Urso at the plate. First pitch to him is a swing and a high drive to right field, but Brutcher coming in a few steps from right, now tracing over to his left, makes the catch for out number 2 here in the 7th inning. Keishel goes back to first base. So first pitch attacking for Urso, and a ball that off the bat had the fans excited, but this died out there in right field. And now Cam Jones comes to the plate with Keishel at first base and 2 away here in the 7th. In a 6-4 game, the Doors lead it. Braden Matthews, right-hander on the mound for Falmouth, trying to finish off a second inning of relief in his first scoreless inning of the day. Throw over to first. Keishel back in time. Keishel over there, 5 for 8 on steal tries this summer. But again, this Orleans team does not run. Only the Wareham Gatemen have stolen fewer bases this summer. First pitch to Jones in the dirt. Blocked by Neary, but no advance by Keishel as Neary ran it down a few feet from the right-handed batter's box up the third baseline before throwing it back to Matthews. Runner at first, 2 down here in the 7th inning. 6-4 your score. The Doors lead the Firebirds. Braden Matthews rather on the mound, a righty reliever. Fires the 1-0 pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1. So Cam Jones at the plate, the first baseman and number 3 hitter. Righty bat, 1 for 2 today with a walk. Doubled his last time up off of Matthews. 1-1. Swinging a line drive into center field. It will fall for a base hit in front of Chestnut. So for the second time in as many innings, Cam Jones has a base hit off of Braden Matthews. It's the first hit for the Birds in this inning. Runners now at first and second with 2 down for Isaac Humphrey. And now heading to the mound, it's pitching coach Mike Landry along with the Falmouth infield. Looks like the end of the day for Braden Matthews. We don't have a great look at the Falmouth bullpen, but we do know that Garrett Coe has warmed up in this game. He could be ready with Isaac Humphrey, a left-handed batter, coming up to bat. And Coach Landry does take the ball from Matthews, his day done. And we'll wait and see who the new hurler into the game for Falmouth is when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, welcome back to Eldredge Park. After that short break, the Doors have made a pitching change, up 6-4, but in a runners at first and second jam with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Garrett Coe is the new pitcher on the mound for Falmouth, left-hander, replacing Braden Matthews, who went an inning and 2/3 in this game. Came in the 6th, but couldn't finish the 7th. And now the left-handed throwing Coe faces off against the left-handed hitting Isaac Humphrey, the cleanup hitter and right fielder today for Orleans, who's 1 for 3. So the go-ahead run at the plate here in the 7th inning in a game that the Doors once led 6-2. It's now 6-4, and Orleans mounting a threat. Keishel at second, Jones at first. Coe looking back, Keishel now fires the first pitch, a breaking ball in for a strike on Humphrey, and it's 0-1. Coe this summer has been effective. 6 games entering tonight, a 3.37 ERA. In 10 2/3 innings, 11 strikeouts, 13 hits, 6 walks, and 4 earned runs in those 10 2/3. Off the plate, the 0-1 pitch goes, and it's 1-1 to Humphrey. And in that last outing by Coe, he had against the Bourne Braves on July 15th, went 2 2/3, gave up 3 earned runs to mark a season high. Talked to Garrett down on the field a few days later, and the 1-1 comes in up high to Humphrey. It's 2-1. I was down on the field when Coe was in the dugout, and he said that perhaps one of the reasons he struggled in that game was that he was trying to incorporate a curveball, which he doesn't ordinarily throw.
Maybe a slider guy, correct?
Yep. 2-1 to Humphrey. Misses the top of the zone, and it's 3-1.
Where was that one?
You said it about Coe, though. Fastball slider pitcher, changeup, also in his arsenal.
Changeup's filthy from Coe. It's been all season.
His primary out pitch, 3-1. Down low, ball 4. So Coe enters the game and walks the first hitter he faces to load the bases. Keishel to third, Jones to second, Humphrey to first, and Jack Bolger, the designated hitter, and number 5 batter in this lineup, steps to the plate. 1 for 3 today with an RBI double that Bolger had in the last inning against Matthews.
Yeah, and he also has the RBI ground out that was back in the 4th, so 2 runs driven in today.
2 outs, bases loaded. Coe's first pitch to Bolger is down low and in, 1-0. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the tying run at second base for Orleans. Bolger, a right-handed hitter, the first of 4 in the Orleans lineup. 1-0. Too high, 2-0. Another breaking ball from Coe, but it didn't come close. And there's nowhere to put Bolger with the bases loaded here in the 7th inning with 2 away. Falmouth trying to cling with their fingernails to this 2-run lead. 6-4 your score as Coe looks in and fires the 2-0. In the dirt, it's 3-0.
Well, you can't do that. You can't walk in a run. And especially not with the power of Garrett Gilliman that waits on deck. I know he's hitting 234 on Cape Cod, but ridiculous power with USC these past 2 years.
Bases loaded and the count 3-0. Coe's pitch, low and inside, ball 4, and it's 6-5 here in the 7th inning. Keishel comes in to score. Jones to third, Humphrey to second. Back-to-back walks from Coe to start his outing tonight, and it's a 1-run game.
And it's the 3rd run driven in off the bat of Jack Bolger. Obviously, when you walk in a run, that goes in the scorebooks and in your stats as an RBI.
Bases still loaded with 2 down, and Garrett Gilliman, the batter, swings and misses at the first offering. It's 0-1.
Go to the stuff that works. You went to the slider there.
So the last 3 Orleans hitters have reached. 2-out single by Cam Jones, back-to-back walks to Humphrey and Bolger. 0-1 the count on Gilliman. Coe turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, and it's 0-2. Good life on that heater up in the zone. Gilliman couldn't lay off. The count 0-2 on the Orleans catcher, who's 1 for 3 today. Singled his last time up. Coe kicks in the 0-2. Swinging a high drive to center field. Chestnut racing back, still going. Now comes back to make the catch. in fairly deep center field. Gilliman gave it a ride, but that ends the 7th inning. 1 run on 1 hit and a couple walks, mixing an error for the Doors. It's now a 1-run game, 6-5 as we head on to the top of the 8th. But Falmouth still leads. Brutcher, Neary, and Chestnut, 7, 8, and 9 for the Doors due up when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park as we head on to the top of the 8th inning. For the Commodores, Brutcher, Neary, and Chestnut, 7, 8, and 9 due up in their order, provided they can get all the heartbeats under control in the Doors dugout after that lengthy bottom of the 7th ended on a very deep fly ball to center field off the bat of Garrett Gilliman with the bases loaded. New pitcher into the game, Cam Walty. Right-hander fires a strike to Drew Brutcher, and the count 0-1 on the Commodores right fielder. With Neary on deck, Chestnut in the hole. 0-1 drifts inside and low to the left-handed hitting Brutcher. It's 1-1.
Well, Cam Walty 0-0 on the year, a 6.75 ERA, 4 games, no starts, 4 innings of work. He struck out 6. He's walked 2 and has given up 7 base hits.
1-1 swing and a miss by Brutcher. 1-2 the count. Brutcher today 1 for 3, doubled back in the 3rd and later scored in what has been a very productive month of July for him. On the month, hitting .271 entering the night as he grounds one back of the plate foul, and you figure the hit so far can only help that mark. Walty on the mound, armed with a fastball in the high 80s, low 90s, a curveball in the mid 70s, and a changeup. 3-pitch mix. Turns and deals the 1-2. Swinging a line drive, base hit, right field. Humphrey over to pick it up to his left as Brutcher stops at first base. A leadoff single for Brutcher here in the 8th inning, his 2nd hit today.
Oh, stay hot, Brutch. My goodness. And how about the 2-strike hitting there? Saw him pull one to the right center gap. That single a little more to the left side of the right fielder Humphrey, so not towards the gap, but did his job, and it was a sweet swing as Neary shows bunt.
Brutcher at first base. Neary is showing bunt all the way as Walty fires the first pitch, and it's bounced off the plate, 0-1. So Neary today 0 for 3 in his Commodores debut. Also had a throwing error back in the 6th inning, so not the brightest of days for Neary around the diamond. Showing bunt again on 0-1 as Walty peers in and throws the pitch. to the plate, in front of the plate. Gilliman going for second, and he has Brutcher there for out number 1. So the fielder's choice cuts down Brutcher at second base. Neareye did get the bunt down, but Gilliman right away got out of his crouch, got the ball and threw a strike to second base.
And that actually hit the bat of Neareye twice, but that doesn't matter. So, smart play by Garrett Gilliman. Basically, Neareye and Brutcher trade places over there at first with Travis Chestnut at the plate, who took a fantastic route to a ball in center.
Chestnut 2 for 3 today, with Neareye at first, 1 out. And the first pitch to Chestnut is low for ball 1. 1-0 the count with 1 away. And you said it, that catch that he made in center field. Didn't have to dive, didn't have to do anything spectacular, but leaned on his fundamentals as the throw goes over to first, and Neareye is back on a very deeply hit fly ball off the bat of Garrett Gilliman with the bases loaded and 2 away.
He tracked that ball in like a receiver on a 60-yard dime.
Neareye again over to first on a throw, and in a dead center field that goes all the way to 434 feet. That ball was probably hit, would you say, 390 perhaps?
Has to be, and Chestnut was actually playing in a little bit. At least it looked like it with that deep hole.
0-1, swinging a fly ball to left field. Hopfe over to his left from left. Instead, it's Keishel from center over to his right to make the catch. Over in left center field, and there's 2 away.
I see the kind of power this guy had with Temple College and now what Texas A&M saw. That bat is so quick, and it's got so much pop. Now 2 for 4 on the day, and now you got the top of the order coming up as they have a mound visit with Cam Walty.
Well, Walty has faced 3 batters in this game, but now he has to face the top of the Falmouth order. Alex Mooney today is 2 for 4. Colby Alter on deck has hit a sacrifice fly and walked once. And then Peyton Stovall's been in the mix as well with a pair of walks. So these first 3 in the Doors order have continued to do their regular damage. I mean, they are always in the mix whenever Falmouth scores runs. With 2 away, and Neareye still over at first base here at the top of the 8th inning. Right-hander Cam Walty dealing with Alex Mooney. Righty-righty matchup. Walty looking in, first pitch to Mooney is a fastball for ball 1 as the throw goes over to first base and gets away from Jones. Neareye jogs his way to second base. So a back pick throw goes awry. 4th error of the day on the Orleans defense, this time charged to Garrett Gilliman.
And he'll try that a lot. In game 1 of the doubleheader in the early parts of the season, as you mentioned a month ago to this day, he tried a back pick to third, and it went into left field, and the Doors actually scored a run.
So now Neareye at second base with 2 down here at the top of the 8th. Mooney at the plate. 1-0 is a swing and a line drive right to left field. Hopfe makes the catch without moving much, and that's the 3rd out in the top of the 8th. Hard hit off the bat of Mooney. But that ends things after the Doors get a base hit. They don't score, 1 error and 1 man left. We head on to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Doors up by only a run. Knight, Beard, and Hopfe, 7, 8, and 9. The lower third of the Orleans order due up when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park as we head on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Falmouth Austin Knight, first pitch swinging, pops it up foul back of the plate, very high over towards the press box, and it lands on top of the press box. 0-1 the count, but this inning starting with a bang.
Third member of our team, Trey Redfield, thought about getting up and retrieving that ball. He stays put, but loud sound out the press box, and
We're back at Eldredge Park, still here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and a runner at first base in the Firebird half in a 6-5 game. Falmouth Commodores lead the Orleans Firebirds, but things are tight late in this one. The Doors have just made another pitching change. Garrett Coe is out, and Joey Ryan, the right-hander and 2022 Cape League All-Star, is into the game.
I mean, he's been fantastic. He's had all but one perfect outing. Saw him lock up a 5-out save against the Bourne Braves the other night. Still has yet to have a decision in his name, but a 1.54 ERA, 9 games, 2 saves, 11 2/3 of work, 15 strikeouts. He's only walked 3 batters and has given up 9 base hits.
Ryan has been stingy with the base runners and the runs, entering the night in his previous 9 appearances this summer, that 1.54 ERA. Only 2 earned runs, and they were both in the same game in a 10-7 victory over Katuitt that the Doors closed out anyway. Ryan dealing with Luke Keeschel, the leadoff man for Orleans, with a runner at first and 2 down here in the 8th. First pitch to Keeschel is in for a strike, a fastball, and it's 0-1. Logan Beard over at first base, and you're right. Good fastball that has propelled him all the way to the All-Star game at Spillane Field in a couple days. Along with the man who started this game, left-hander Philip Abner for Falmouth. 0-1 pitch on the way to Keeschel. Swinging a tapper left side up the third baseline. Tough play and no play. First Halter, then Ryan gave it a look. A slowly hit ground ball that died in the grass. And it's an infield single for Keeschel that extends this bottom of the 8th inning.
Boy, Keeschel has been a tough guy to retire today. He's walked twice, reached on an error, and the wackiest single, and that, unfortunately, if you're a pitcher, the second that ball left the bat, you knew that thing was going to stay in play and be an infield single. Just got to attack the next batter, and a guy, J.D. Urso, who is yet to be retired today.
Luke Keeschel, our player to watch in our pregame show opening the door, has reached base 4 out of the 5 times he's been to the plate today. 1 via error, like you said, but 2 walks and an infield base hit. Has set up J.D. Urso with 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second, and 2 down. Ryan staring down Urso, who's 0 for 3 today with a walk. First pitch to him, a strike called at the knees. Little head shake from Urso, but no protest. We've seen a lot of that reaction today from hitters on both sides of the plate. It's been a low strike zone today from home plate umpire Edward McLavin. 0-1 the count on Urso as Ryan looks in to get the signs from Danny Neary behind the plate. 0-1 pitch. Down low and away, 1-1. So the sun is fully set here at Eldredge Park. Sky in darkness. We saw a beautiful sunset earlier. Blue and orange tints in the sky. That sky blue and that orange that was that creamsicle shade. Count 1-1 still on Urso now with the lights on here at Eldredge Park. Runners at first and second here in the 8th. 2 away in a run-1 game. Ryan Deal swinging a foul off the plate. 1-2. So Ryan trying to induce an out off the bat of Urso, who has grounded out twice and flown out since his first inning walk. One and two the count on Urso. Ryan ahead in this confrontation. Trying to get Urso and slam the door on an 8th inning Orleans rally. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ryan gets Urso to end the 8th inning. The Firebirds get a hit, no runs, no errors, and they leave 2. We head on to the top of the 9th inning with Halter, Stovall, and Walsh. 2, 3, and 4 for the Doors due up in their order. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. We're on to the final frame here at Eldredge Park between the Falmouth Commodores and Orleans Firebirds. It's a 6-5 ball game right now with Falmouth in front after a couple dramatic innings right in a row. Joey Ryan and the Doors just wriggled out of a first and second 2-out jam in the 8th inning as Ryan struck out J.D. Urso to end that threat. But now the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Doors due up in this top of the 9th. Their last time at bat, Halter, Stovall, and Walsh are the ones to come up to the plate against the new pitcher into the game for Orleans, right-hander Ryan Barassa, a native of West Fargo, North Dakota, who crossed the state line to go pitch for South Dakota State in the spring. 17 games for the Jackrabbits this spring and was very effective, a 2.13 ERA.
Yeah, 1-0 record here on Cape Cod, a 6.75 ERA, 2 games. 2 2/3, 4 strikeouts. He's walked 1, 2 hits, and I have an uncle out there in West Fargo, North Dakota, believe it or not. All of them go to North Dakota State, so the fact that he, as you mentioned, crossed state lines is absolutely fascinating. Now here's Halter.
Colby Halter at the plate, extending that bat with his arms in front of his chest, and now pulls it around to the back shoulder. Lefty batter against the righty Barassa, who fires the first pitch. It's a swing and a tapper foul off the plate, 0-1. Defense playing Halter normally to start things here in the 9th inning. The Doors with 6 runs on 10 hits and 4 errors. The Firebirds with 5 runs on 7 hits and 4 errors. Sloppy defense all around today. 0-1, way high, and it's 1-1.
That came in pretty hard from the righty.
Barassa peering in with his right arm behind his back. And a half lean, now straightens up with Halter at the plate, waggling the bat back and forth. Shows bunt and gets it down third base side. Trickling in for Urso, who can't come up with it, doesn't even bother throwing. And it's an infield single for Colby Halter.
Well, he's done that a lot, especially in the middle of a count this year. But something that's absolutely fascinating, you have he's a lefty batter. You have your inside hand towards the knob of the bat, and then you usually have your other one about 5 or 6 inches away from it, but that left hand was actually about near where the barrel was, almost towards the end of the bat. He placed that thing perfectly. He knew what he was doing.
And didn't lunge at it. A very well-placed, well-done bunt. And now Peyton Stovall is the hitter. Barrasa's first pitch is high and away from the left-handed hitting Stovall to count 1-0. Halter at first base. Like we say, every time he gets over there with a base in front of him empty, he can steal. 10 for 16 on the summer in that category, has yet to have a chance to go today. 1-0 to Stovall. Fastball at the belt level, and it's 1-1. Well, nobody out here in the top of the ninth inning. Ryan Barrasa, the right-hander for Orleans, trying to shut the door on the Doors and send us into the bottom of the ninth with the Birds down only 1. Throw over to first, and Halter's back. Jacob Walsh on deck. Stovall at the plate. Today 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out and 2 walks. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Barrasa dipping down speed-wise, and it's 1-2 on Stovall. Barrasa looking in to get the signs from Gilliman. Behind the plate for Orleans with Stovall at the plate. 1-2. Swinging a chopper to first base. Jones up with it, goes to second for 1, and the throw to first too late. So Halter out on his way to second, but Stovall does reach first on the 3-6 fielder's choice.
Well, Jones, the way he fielded that ball, he was essentially chasing down Colby Halter as if he was in a rundown, so he knew where he was going with that ball. As you see Stovall and Halter trade places over there at first. Big insurance over there. Should Jacob Walsh now capitalize.
1 out, Stovall over at first base, and Jacob Walsh, the hitter. Lefty bat against the righty Barrasa. First pitch to Walsh is a breaking ball on the outer half for strike 1. 0-1 the count on the Falmouth first baseman, who's 1 for 4 today with a single and 3 strikeouts. Defense playing Walsh straight up. 0-1. Fastball at the knees for strike 2.
I said this in the 6th inning. The strike zone has been very consistent today. It's been low, but it's been consistent. He had a pitch just like that called a strike the last time he was up.
These hitters have been dealing with it all day. Throw over to first, and Stovall's back. We haven't really seen anybody go down and golf one out of the lower part of the zone. The runs today have been scored just via base hits and some bad defense. We have yet to see a home run today. Not a lot of booming contact off the bats. 0-2, swing and a miss by Walsh. Yelling at himself as he swung over the top of strike 3 for his 4th K today. That's the 2nd out here in the top of the 9th inning. And Jace Borfin is the hitter with Stovall still over at first base.
Well, something that we didn't see the last time we were here at Eldredge Park in the 9th inning was the fans sticking around. No one is left, it seems like, here at Eldredge Park in just a 1-run game.
Borfin 0 for 4 today. First pitch to him is up high by Barrasa. It's 1-0. On that last game, we were here at Eldredge Park a little while ago. It was a 6-2 final. The Doors went into that 9th inning leading 6-0. So some people went to beat the traffic. Not so today. 1-0 in the dirt. Borfin laid off as Stovall trots his way back to first base, and it's 2-0. So a hitter's count with Luke Boyers on deck. If Borfin reaches, set to make his first cracks at the plate today. Came in a double switch for Corey Collins. 2-0 pitch down low, and it's 3-0. Gilliman motioning with that glove hand for Barrasa to settle down. With 2 away here at the top of the 9th inning, a 6-5 game. Falmouth leads Orleans out at Eldredge Park. This game nearly through, but the Doors trying to tack on a very important insurance run. Barrasa ready, now the 3-0. High for ball 4. So Borfin on base for the 2nd time today. He reached on an error his last time up, and Luke Boyers is the hitter. So occupying Corey Collins' former spot in this game. Collins' day ends at 1 for 4. But in the top of the 8th inning, Boyers came in to play center and pushed Travis Chestnut to left field. Collins then left the game in the double switch. Boyers, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty Barraza. First pitch to Boyers is down low for ball 1. Boyers so far this season, not much luck against right-handed pitching. 2 for 24 as a left-handed batter so far this summer. Stovall at first, 2 down. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Barraza took a lot off that pitch and had Boyers guessing out in front. It's 1-1. 2 away, top of the 9th inning. Luke Boyers at the plate, Peyton Stovall at first base. Ryan Barraza on the mound for Orleans. His 1-1. On the outer half, strike called, and it's 1-2.
Oh, that's a pitch right there. That's a pitch Warriors would like to have back and drive into the gap. But now, Barraza just 1 strike away from sending the heart of the Orleans Firebirds order due up in the bottom of the 9th inning.
1-2. Check swing by Boyers as Stovall headed for second and first and now heads back to first base. Borfin, rather, headed for second a little bit too far, and Gilliman nearly fired the gun over to first base. But no action. There's still runners at first and second with 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Stovall at second, Borfin at first base. Boyers at the plate, the count 2-2 with 2 down. Barraza looking back, Stovall now fires. Swing and a miss. Boyers down on strikes, and that ends the top of the 9th inning. So the Doors get no runs on a hit, no errors, and leave a pair. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Orleans with Jones, Humphrey, and Bolger, 3, 4, and 5. The heart of the Firebirds order due up when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. Testing, testing. The Orleans Firebirds are down to their final 3 outs here at Eldredge Park in a 6-5 game. The Falmouth Commodores lead it right now. The Doors couldn't tack on an insurance run in the top of this inning, and now Joey Ryan is back on for relief inning number 2 to try and slam the door shut on a possible Orleans game-tying or winning rally. So Ryan, an all-star this summer on the Cape, sub-2 ERA, and high leverage arm. Fires the first pitch to Cam Jones, who fouls it back, and it's 0-1. So Jones, Isaac Humphrey, and Jack Bolger are the hitters in this inning. 3, 4, and 5, the heart of the Orleans order. Jones so far today, 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored. A single and a double to his credit. Ryan with the 0-1. Up high, 1-1.
Well, Cam Jones, he's had a pretty good day. He's had to be retired, a fielder's choice, a walk, a double in the 6th, and a single in the 7th.
Ryan ready with the 1-1. He kicks and fires. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. Walsh at first base with Stovall coming over. It's Walsh. Instead, Stovall leaps in front across the foul line to make the catch. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Big miscommunication there. Jacob Walsh, when he was cut off by Stovall, kind of threw his arms up, but the Doors getting out. Peyton Stovall played a lot of first base with the Razorbacks this spring. Kind of the second base and first base brains meshing right there.
A no harm, no foul. And now Isaac Humphrey is the hitter with the bases empty and one away. Ryan's first pitch to him is a fastball too high, and the count 1-0.
A little inside as well. Didn't like the righty on lefty pitch there, but Humphrey, here's a guy that has 3 runs driven into, or I beg your pardon, Bolger, who waits on deck, has that honor with 3 runs driven in.
Humphrey 1 for 3 today with a walk. 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. So Joey Ryan, who came on for a 5-out save the last time we saw him pitch against the Bourne Braves, now tasked today with getting a 4-out save. He came on with 2 outs in the 8th inning. 2-0 delivery. Oh, came up and in and drilled Humphrey right on the back, right in between the 3 and the 0 on the back of his jersey. So the first hit batter of the game gives the Birds a runner at first base with 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th.
So now here's a Commodore trying to punish the Commodores. Of course, I say that the Vanderbilt DH with 3 runs driven in. He represents the winning run.
Bolger with an RBI in each of his last 3 plate appearances, a ground out, a double, and a walk with the bases loaded. He has been a troubling out today for the Doors with a runner at first and 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Ryan's first pitch is a swing and a ground ball through the left side for a base hit. In between third and short as Bolger reaches again his 2nd hit, and there's runners at first and second with only 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame show. The Firebirds have the ability to put the ball in harmless scenarios, in those singles, that just bouncing balls that get through. That, of course, came in the 1st and 2nd inning in matchup number 1 here at Eldredge Park. Now here's Garrett Gilliman, who is a fan favorite here with the Firebirds, and anything in the outfield could be very deadly. As Wareham, they were defeated. Looks like a pinch runner coming in.
It's Nick McCleary into the game for Bolger. With Garrett Gilliman at the plate. Ryan checking back. Humphrey at second base now fires to Gilliman outside for ball 1. So Humphrey at second, McCleary at first base, pinch running for Bolger, and Gilliman at the plate, 1 for 4 so far this evening. Ryan on the mound trying to shut things down here in the 9th inning with the Doors up 6-5. Gilliman, his last time up, hit a very deep fly ball to center field, but stranded the bases loaded. 1-0. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. Halter up with it as it stays fair, and the throw on to first in time. So Halter stayed with that ball, but has only played a first base. The tying run now 90 feet away, and the winning run for Orleans at second base.
Well, now here's a guy in Austin Knight who is yet to drive a run in this summer for the Orleans Firebirds. But Austin Knight at UNC Charlotte had 34 runs driven in.
So it comes down to this. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ryan's first pitch tonight. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Boyers over to his left, underneath it, and that's your ball game. Well, the Commodores had to make it interesting in the bottom of the 9th inning. They hang on by the skin of their collective teeth by a final score of 6-5 here at Eldredge Park. Falmouth has split the regular season series against Orleans, but the Doors have won again, this time over an Eastern Division foe, and they stay comfortably ahead of the Wareham Gatemen in the Western Division.
And that feels really nice to say, and the Doors never make it easy, but the last time the Doors were here at Eldredge Park, it was a great win, but it was a keep-up win because Bourne and Wareham both won. Tonight, Bourne actually being a friend to the Doors and defeating the Wareham Gatemen. That means the Commodores are currently sitting
3 points ahead of the Wareham Gatemen as they now have 31 points. Wareham with 28.
So a clutch Western Division result tonight with the Wareham Gatemen losing on this evening. That means the Commodores are now 14, 16, and 3 on the season. Orleans drops to 13, 16, and 4 on the summer, but still in 4th place out in the Eastern Division are the Firebirds. Philip Abner gets the win for the Doors. Bryce Warwicker gets the loss for Orleans, and Joey Ryan, one of your Commodore All-Stars this summer, gets another save, his 3rd on the summer, as the Doors again close out a 6-5 win over in Eldredge Park. Tomorrow, the Doors are at Harwich with another 6:30 p.m. first pitch. So mark that down if you want to tune into that game as the Doors take on the Harwich Mariners for the first time since Game 3 of the season. It has been a minute, but Falmouth can make it 3 in a row if they take down the M's tomorrow. But for tonight, this has been Carter Bainbridge along with Logan Soforenko and our field reporter Trey Redfield on the Commodores YouTube channel. We'll be back on the Falmouth Commodores radio network tomorrow at Harwich. But again, tonight, the Doors close out a 6-5 win over the Orleans Firebirds. That'll be us for tonight. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.